Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with Barry McGuigan. Barry, just talking through to a despondent Lee Cutler there.
Yeah.
What were you saying to him? What were your words of advice to him?
Look, we know he didn't box at his best, but we always knew it was going to be a slow burn and that he would get into the fight in the second half of the fight. He lost a couple of the early rounds, quite a few of the early rounds, and then he started getting into his groove. He was coming on beginning to Sam Eggington, and they pulled him out at the end of the 8th round, and I felt that they were being clever, and they knew that Eggington was ahead, but he was ready to get stopped, and I thought that Lee in the 9th or 10th round would have stopped him.
It took me through the scorecards as well, because one of them was very wide. The fight appeared to be a lot closer than that one scorecard.
Yeah, one of the scorecards was stupid. I'm not even going to comment on that. I think the fans had it even, and I would have agreed with that. Maybe even if he was a round down, but certainly not some of the scores that the judges had. I just couldn't believe them. But anyway, listen, we've seen all that before. It's frustrating for us because we know Lee can fight better than that. I thought Sam Eggington had shot his bolt. He was exhausted, and he was ready to go. And then he gets a decision, so it's frustrating. But that's the nature of the business.
Just a bit more pressure from Lee, and you think?
I think more intelligent pressure, more punches, more volume. Lee he likes to throw slick combination 1s and 2s, and occasionally 3s. If he'd have put more combinations together, he would have. I thought he would have had more success, and he would have got the job done earlier. But honestly, even I'm not sure that Eggington would have got through round 9, and it's frustrating for Lee now to have a loss on his record. But that's the business. That's the way it is. He knows he didn't get out of the blocks quick enough, and they want a rematch, and I agree with it 100%. Next time he won't get through 10 rounds with Lee. Absolutely not.
On to next week, Chris. Get ready for Brandon Glenn.
Yeah.
How do you feel he gets on with hard punching in a traditional fight?
Yeah, it's a tough fight. It's a hard guy. He's strong and heavy-handed. But CBS will beat him. CBS is trained really hard. He's put in some tremendous sparring sessions, and he's got himself into great condition, and he will win. But it won't be an easy fight. This guy's dangerous and strong early on in the fight, so he's got to be clever and sensible and use his boxing ability and his skill, and then put the hammer down in the second half of the fight.
What did you think of Dalton Smith's performance against Matthew Germain last night?
Decidedly average. I mean, look, he's a good fighter. I have a lot of respect for him. That guy wouldn't have gone 4 rounds with Adam Azim. Not a chance. But he looked like a super featherweight blown up. I don't know how he's so small for the weight. And Dalton's a good fighter, nice left hook, but he has a pattern and a way of fighting, and I'm not going to develop that anymore. But for me, Adam Azim is a much better fighter.
Has Adam got an opponent lined up yet?
I think he have, but I'm not at liberty to disclose who it might be.
No, I understand that. Ellie Scotney, though, she's signed with MVP Promotions. Can you talk me through how that deal came about?
I'm delighted for her because she deserves a break, and she's fighting in a unification, which she's already got 2 of the belts. This is for the 3rd version of the belt. I think she's against, is it Mercado? She's boxing. So yeah, I fancy Ellie to win and win impressively, and be great for her to fight in MSG. Fantastic.
Does that mean that for her foreseeable future she'll be fighting over in the US a lot more?
No, I mean it depends. Say what you like about Jake. He knows what he's doing. He wants to develop and lift the presence of women's boxing. Everybody who's been promoting it up to now done a great job, and he's a valuable contribution. It's a good opportunity for Ellie, and she's getting better and developing all the time. And please God, we've got to go. So
just one more.
And so I'm very confident for Ellie. Yeah.
Barry, I wanted to ask you, Eubank Sr. come out and he said he's categorically not going to be in Conor Benn's corner. Eubank Jr.'s corner next week. Just your reaction to Eubank Sr. making his stance clear on the fight.
I'm sorry to hear because my son and I are great friends, and I would be very sorry if him and I weren't talking. It's sad to see that relationship breaking down. I'm very much a family man, as is Chris Sr. So I'm sorry for him, and I hope it can be resolved.
What does it do for a fighter having their father in the corner? Obviously, Shane had you in the corner.
Yeah.
Dubois had his father that was there. What does it bring out of a fighter?
It's a fundamentally important point.
Mm-hmm. And you just made the point about the weights being an issue on Conor Benn's side, coming up to the weight, that being a danger. Is that? Do you feel a danger in the fight?
That could be the difference in this fight, because Conor is not a big. He's not a big middleweight, or it's at 160 pounds, and then a limit on he can go up to 170. I just think that was a mistake. He should have made him fight at 155 with a 10-pound slide, nothing more than that. However, Ben's dangerous early on, and if he gets through the first half dozen rounds, Eubank, then you'd have to favour him in the second half.